been attending annual seminars like this, and the ultimate MDRT seminar, which is the annual meeting I've been attending every year. I've learned so many great ideas that has helped me to achieve and retain my MDRT production every year. And also, I have been volunteering in leadership committee roles, PGA roles, and that also has helped me improve my leadership skills and to become a better financial advisor. But MDRT is not just only business. It is personal too. I embrace the concept of the whole person. I embrace the whole person concept, and it gives me the balance and the energy to actually focus on business when I needed to, and also ensuring that I set aside a time for my family and also for my personal life too. So we also need to have a little me time. You agree? Yes, right? So that's why I really love the whole person concept. Today, I will be sharing you what it makes a difference to be that person, to be different, to be MDRT. Before I started this business, I knew the system called GROW. Through GROW, I learned to understand the process and learn what it takes to actually be in this business and achieve an MDRT production, not just only one time, but year after year. As Divya was saying, also as Sandra was saying, everything starts from a goal. And you see there's reality checks, and there's always obstacles along the way. And we also have to keep moving forward if we still are passionate in this industry. Before we start, I would like to take you back and share to you a little bit of my story. I was working back in 2000 as an employee, a full-time mom, a full-time working mom, as an employee with a promising career in a telecommunication company in Sydney. My husband as well was a full-time employee as well. But at that moment, I just gave birth to two beautiful twin daughters. As a working mom, the only thing I wanted was to have more time with my twin daughters and also have been productive. I only wanted to have a job that can give me some flexible time with them. I didn't know what job to take, because every time when I apply for a new job, I will see the hours is 9 to 5, it could be 9 to 10. One day, a good friend of mine, her name is Shanti, she came to me, good friend of mine called Shanti, she came to me and she introduced me to this business. She told me a story about how she converted her business, her previous business. She moved from her job and converted 100% to the insurance industry and made a good income. And the key, what she said was, I had so much quality time with my children. That moment, I found what I wanted. I found that dream job, and I thought, this is what I wanted. She actually told me that anybody can join this business as long if you're really passionate about. So after she explained the business to me, I was so excited, I went home and told this news to my husband. The first reaction from my husband was, are you crazy? And I said, why? You're about to think of leaving a promising career and moving to a profession that I don't even understand. Well, I told him that you don't need to understand, but I believe that this profession will give me more quality time with my twins. So I had a goal. I wanted to be more there with my daughters. The reason why is when I got married, it took me quite some time to give birth. So I had a very difficult pregnancy. I had to go IVF, and I had to go 9 months at bed rest. And when the twins were born, they were so very valuable and precious to me. And that's why I wanted to dedicate my time with them as much as possible, but still being productive. After meeting my husband, he said, why don't you go ask your dad? The reason why I asked my dad is because my father is my mentor. He's my life mentor, and I always come to him for any questions and for advice. So the next step I went to my parents' house, and I came to my dad, very excited, telling him that I've got this good news and a good career. And he asked me, what is it about? I said, insurance. And the second thing came to him and said, really? Are you crazy? So in 2 days, I got that answer back, are you crazy? And I asked myself, am I crazy? And I go to myself, I don't think this is a crazy, I think this is a very good business. So I went home, I was scared, so I went back home. What I did, I saw my twins, these are my beautiful twin daughters, they're 21 years old now. I saw them and I told myself that if my friend could do this and be successful, so can I. So what's the difference between her and me? And what I did, I came to her and I told her that I'm going to sign up with you and be your partner. And please teach me how to do it. Without my father knowing what I'm doing, and also my husband, I signed up the contract and started the business. But it wasn't easy. The whole process that I went through was such a challenging process. One day, my father told me and said to me that I know what you're doing. And he told me that no matter what you're doing, I will never support you because insurance is not a business for you to pursue. This is my father. He's 85 years old now. Back in 2000, he's a professor. He was a professor, and he only believes that those who could succeed in this business is people in the corporate world. So all my brothers are in the corporate world and doing very successfully. So as the youngest of three, I went a different path. But then I told myself, I don't care. I really want to do this. I had a purpose, and I know that this is the best decision that I would make. But at the end, when I started the business, it wasn't as easy as I thought. My mentor told me, Shanti, that if you want to start, you have to go and do the best. I asked her, what is it? She said, you have to go and be an MDRT member. She was an MDRT and qualifying life member as well. So what she asked me, she told me that if you want to be a member, you have to follow what she instructed me to do. So I found a mentor. She was a mentor, and she was my mentor, and then she actually mentored me every day, check my activity. She only said to me that to be successful in this industry is three things, and that is activity, activity, and activity. Then I started my business. I said, okay, I started breaking down my goals. I made 20 calls per day, 2 to 4 activities, meetings every day, and closing cases per week. So this is how my activity looks like. I think I learned this from Sandro as well, that he told, I was one a speaker, a translator for Sandro, and he mentioned that if you block your schedule, things will get done. I always show my schedule to my clients and tell them which hour do you want to meet. So this is my schedule. Blue is meeting new people. Yellow is training, because I'm also an agency leader as well. I have trainings, I have product trainings, and I do my networkings. Green is closing a case, and business is red is for non-related business. I love this because it's so colorful. And every day and every morning, I wake up at 9 o'clock, and I see how my schedule looks like. The more full my schedule, the more productive it is. So when my mentor came to me and she told me that, okay, who have you met today? She will ask me a lot of times, like, how you do it, and who have you been meeting today? I told my mentor that every time when I meet a client, I always sell a concept, but not a product. When I started doing my productivity, I achieved 335 cases, and I achieved my first MDRT member. So from making that schedule, that's how I started building out my clients, building up my discipline, and achieving my goals. But going through that phase, that year that I started doing the activity, wasn't as easy as it is. I asked myself, is this really what I want? I checked, because when it comes to reality, we have to check actually what our emotions are. Because in this business, emotions play a part, and also actions play a part in getting key result. The key is actually excellent execution. As along the way, I experienced a lot of obstacles. I experienced rejection, Who in this room has experienced rejection? Everyone has experienced rejection. Every rejection I learn from. And who in this room has experienced a client, close the case, but after that, that client came back to me and said, Lucy, I don't think I want to continue to pay the policy. Anyone? Yes. So I experienced those for the first year, and it was devastated. I was so excited to achieve my MDRT, and I was so excited to be part of this global association, but that was the process that I have to go through. There was the obstacles that I have to actually go through to achieve that. But since I have I have a goal and have a vision, a purpose for my daughters, I just went through.